Well, you ever wonder why it's so easy to hate windows? Because they make it so easy to hate them. It's just that simple. Got this big old blank screen that pops up in the middle of what I'm working on. And there's no way to close it out, nothing. Hey, Windows, congratulations. You accomplished it again. Before we can get started this morning, you have pissed me off. Did you say you have something, Colonel?
No. Stuff is happening in the studio, folks.
Hey, welcome in to another exciting edition of Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Morning, Moore County. Morning, unfortunate Aberdeen, yes. And there's no appellation yet for Robbins, but I'm sure the pilot's working on it.
Yeah.
You should sell tickets and put some seats up there so you watch you work here in the morning.
They are, yeah, according to the pilot, we're cockroaches, so they use 1950s racial slur against us, which makes them a racist.
Yep.
And they called Aberdeen unfortunate.
Yeah, there you go.
Didn't know you were so unfortunate, did you, Aberdeen? Until the pilot got hold of it, because they're such a wonderful community paper.
Yeah, and they do so much for Aberdeen, try to help them out and dig into things and find out what's going on, but no, they just like to call names.
Yeah, they'd rather run them down. It's more fun to them. I wonder who sits there in their office and says, "Oh, unfortunate Aberdeen. I'm smart. I'm John Nagy."
I'd like to know what he's thinking about when he writes that. Does he actually read it? I mean,
Well, I'm John Nagy. I think groundwater follows the land contours. I'm smart again. Yeah, you can tell they're high on my list, too.
All this from Microsoft.
It just stretches out like a spider web. Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on the live video stream. That's available to you at talk973.com, unless that blob screen up there is nothing, no words, no nothing, no Xbox, nothing.
I've never had that. I've never had any of the issues that you see on a daily basis.
So much rhythm, grace, and heaven one.
But all your stuff's connected, so I only have one computer. You get about 5.
But anyway, we are being seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available at talk973.com. Upper right-hand corner of every web page. I'm sorry, back up. Top middle of the home page at talk973.com has that link you're looking for your video experience. If you're on your mobile device, YouTube does it. Put Morning with the Leader Man in there. That's mornings, plural, with the Leader Man. Leader Man spelled like it sounds. And if you're on your mobile device just needing our audio stream, we suggest tune in, iTunes Streamer. Those apps work well with us. Just put WEEB in the search. Those apps are free and available at your app store. And if you're on our website, it's available to you in the upper right-hand corner of any of our web pages at talk973.com. Upper right-hand corner has that icon that says listen live on the air. Tap that once and you're listening back quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area, it's going to be partly cloudy. In fact, all the way through next Tuesday, weather will be pretty good, especially for this time of year. Wednesday, our dew points jump up for 2 days. They go to 70 on Wednesday, 72 on Wednesday, 70 on Thursday of next week. And then they go back down into the 60s on Friday for the weekend. That's as far as the European model goes. So, at least that I have access to. So it'll be partly cloudy through then until we get to next Wednesday. And highs will be hovering around the 90-degree mark. Just that simple. And dew points will be in the mid-lower to lower 60s. In other words, 64 to 61, which will make it tolerable outside. Right now, winds are calm. Visibility 10 statute miles. Pressure 3024. Dew point 63. We like that. Humidity 96%. It's sunny at 64 degrees right here in the middle of, or the end of July. And here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. One more. We could have several more intense months here, but
Did you cover the sponsor for the half hour?
oh, shame on me. That's why we had.
I was into the music, so I didn't notice. But yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I missed that one.
Well, let's put the music back in place. And there we go. This morning's show, I gotta look so I can read it. This morning's show is brought to you by Wyckoff Realtors, Town and Country, whether you're ready to buy or sell, or even a year from now. Call the experts at Wyckoff Realtors to get the service that you deserve when buying or selling your new home or used home. Wyckoff Realtors, Town and Country, 910-235-3685. 910-235-3685. And trust me when I say you will be happy you chose them.
Yes.
And don't forget about Southern Angel Donuts. If your mouth just started to water, well, why not whip in there and get you some donuts? While you were sleeping, the Angels were baking fresh, heavenly donuts. Southern Angel Donuts, Homestead Village Shopping Center, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Or a big apple fritter.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Yeah, Jeff got him a box of donuts this week. He was surprised on it. And he likes them so well, man. He was having to zig and zag to get out of the building for everybody ate them up. But anyway, Southern Angel Donuts. All right, it is 7:35 past the hour. All right, we're through with the spinners for the morning. Let's move on to our morning soundbite. You know, they have that Love Island on TV.
Love Island.
It's an island they have, it's kind of like musical chairs love.
Oh.
But it's they took a chance and put it on 5 nights a week.
Five nights a week.
Yeah.
5 nights a week. I love it.
And the ratings are tanking because everybody on there is superficial. You know, the guys all have the perfect body and the girls all have the perfect body. And it's like, I'm so much prettier than she is.
So not only is it superficially, I can't even say it here. Never mind. Just go ahead.
Listen to our show. We have time.
I haven't had enough coffee yet this morning.
All right. Well, anyway, here's a preview of it if you don't know about it. No, this is. I'm taking this back. Since that was tanking, their next reality show, well, it might even be worse. Here's a preview of that.
From the makers of Love Island. Get ready for Marriage Island. Married couples get dropped off for a week at a La Quinta Inn near Elko, Nevada. Not exactly an island, but it's in the middle of nowhere, so pretty much the same thing. Who knows what can happen on Marriage Island? Is this it?
Yeah, the La Quinta. There's a pool with a hot tub.
Yeah, I gotta hit the can. Go check in.
I'm Linda.
I'm Glenn. What? What am I supposed to say? She signed up for this. I don't know. Do I talk to the camera? This is dumb.
We've been married for 16 years.
When is the breakfast tomorrow? Is that like a buffet?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Right, Glenn?
Yeah, this is gonna be a great week. Yeah, I gotta hit the can. Marriage Island. What will happen next?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Today's shows, let's see. No, we did that. All right. You know whose birthday it is? 76.
76 years old today? No, I don't.
Mick Jagger is 76 today.
What a drag it is getting old. Time is on my side. Yes, it is.
This is to celebrate some of his best for more than 50 years with the Stones.
Doesn't he have a great-grandchild that's older than his youngest child?
I don't know. Might be. He can afford it.
I suppose. All the drugs.
I always say, if you have them, I hope you can afford it.
I can't believe he's still alive.
And his skin looks like it's 95. It's got a lot of road miles on it.
Yeah, hard use.
In honor of Mick's 76th birthday, let's remind you that some of the fun that we've had at as the Rolling Stones have grown older. Mm-hmm. And they're still on tour, by the way, in Houston tomorrow night.
Just when you thought they'd all been committed to nursing homes,
The Rolling Stones are back.
Depends, Metamucil, hearing aids and all for their senior citizens discount tour. You'll hear all your favorites like Prop Me Up. Yep, you prop me up. Yep, you prop me up. I sing a song. You have to prop me up. 'Cause my knees are shot and hip is gone. And who could forget the classics like Hey, You Get Off of My Lawn. I live on the first floor of the Shady Acres old folks home. Got a bad back and liver spots, bursitis and nasty bunions. I shout out my window 'cause I want those damn neighbor kids gone. Now say, hey, you get off of my lawn. Yes, Keith Richards has been exhumed and Mick Jagger cryogenically unfrozen for this once-in-a-lifetime appearance. 1 year away from the Undertaker, yeah. Time to get a new pacemaker. The Rolling Stones Senior Citizens Discount Tour. Tickets on sale now.
Okay. Hope to see you there.
Classic rock.
I've heard so many rumors about them that underneath the stage is the real band that's playing. You're just seeing.
Wouldn't surprise
These guys quit playing a long time ago, and but no, Keith Richards, I think, can still play a guitar.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. There's probably, somebody down there spinning records.
keep it in sync. I know they have a couple other musicians that come up on stage with them.
Yeah.
That play some backup instruments for them. So anyway, man, they can pack it better than Donald Trump.
Well,
they go into a
that's
80,000 seat arena and fill it up.
Yeah, that music never gets old compared to some of the stuff that comes out today.
Problem is, you can't see them or get close enough to even enjoy it. Because even if you got contacts, you're in the back of the damn stadium. And they have these huge speakers there, so you listen to it through a speaker. You see something moving around on stage. They have big old TVs, which still are just little somethings on the TV in the distance. It's not like you can see anything. But you were at a Stones concert. And the smell of marijuana going through the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you know you're at a long-haired hippie-type Stones concert. A guy in Boston flashed a female jogger the other day. Picked the wrong woman. We don't know her name, but she's 6'1", and was an officer in the Israeli military. She chased him down, tackled him, held him there, but no one stopped to help, so he got away when she tried to call 911. Luckily, a security camera got it all on video, and the cops are looking for him. Yeah, he's very small.
Well, you know, the easy way, once you got him on the ground and you got him face down, I can tell you right now how to keep him there. And all you got to do is stand on an ankle, and he ain't going nowhere.
Well, the woman told the reporter that the guy was pretty shocked when she took him down. I guess so. Here she is.
It was not his lucky day because I decided it's just not going to happen, and I decided to chase him. When I was holding him down, he was terrified. He was really, really scared. At least 4 people went by. Nobody reacted. Nobody did anything. I'm holding the guy down. Nobody's doing anything. I had to do something. People, respond for God's sake. You guys really too busy with your day to just call the police. The cameras got it, and his face is pretty clear. And I told him I'm going to get him, so I'm going to get you, darling.
And not in a good way. Well, that's typical. Stuff's going on. You could have a fist fight going on or something. People just stand there and, just like you're saying the other day with the kid with the great white shark. Oh, I can film, and he's not worried about the kid maybe getting taken off the boat. He's worried about getting it on film or on the camera.
Well, maybe you've seen video of the young boy who jumped on the airport conveyor belt and was quickly moved along with baggage. Yeah, if you ever wondered where the stupid kids were hanging out, they're at the airport. He went through a scanner up the line until riding safely into a baggage area where employees grabbed him. Luckily, he's okay, but his mom was interviewed, and she had an unusual thought while it was happening.
I just went blank. I wanted to jump in and try to go get him, but didn't allow me. I was just freaking out, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I hope he's okay. I hope he's just enjoying the ride.
That's right.
Yeah, we now know where side of the family got all the brilliance from, don't we?
Yeah. You get so many places to get your fingers or toes or something caught in there, and not good.
All right, Colonel, time to guess the sound.
Oh, jeez.
Now, you're going to hear 2 sounds on this recording. The first one is real. It's a, both sounds are real. The first one is a real rooster crowing.
Oh, okay.
The second one is not a rooster crowing. Your job is to tell me who the second one is.
Oh, what's... Well, it's a dog or
That's
something.
right, a little puppy.
Yeah.
Here's a rooster crowing and decides to imitate it. All right, here's today's Guess That Sound, though.
We'll have to teach Colt how to do that. Wake you up in the morning.
No, all you got to do is say, okay, Google, and he'll start howling. No, they found a better way to wake me up. They just jump on top of me.
Yeah.
It's hard to sleep through that. And he gets his muzzle up there in your face and starts rubbing it. You'll get up. All right, here's the guess that sound. I'm going to play it first before I give you multiple choices.
I did it wrong, huh?
I just a bunch of people laughing at somebody that probably had some misfortune at Aberdeen, and everybody's laughing at
Play
it.
it one more time. All right, is that a guy picks a lock to the wrong house, a guy shotguns a beer into his friend's face, or a guy shoots an arrow into a stranger's backpack?
Yeah, that's somebody shotgunning a beer, and yeah. Okay.
So it sounds like that.
Well,
what is shotgunning a beer?
You poke a small hole in the bottom, and then you turn it upside down and pop the top, and it shoots out the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I never knew that was called shotgunning.
Well, that's what I understand it to be.
Okay. Well, you were correct.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Must be a Marine thing, huh?
No, that predates my Marine Corps career by many years.
Let's see. New video shows, well, it's more disgusting things from our brainchild youngins coming up. A new video shows two teenagers spitting into sodas at a store and then putting them back on a refrigerator for people to buy. They posted it on Instagram. Then a woman in Indianapolis shared it on Facebook after her daughter told her about it. She says she doesn't know what kids are thinking these days. When
I first saw it, this made me disgusted because I'm pregnant. I don't know what is in kids' mind these days, but that's like not right. At the end of the day, somebody can get sick, like horribly sick, hospitalized. It don't matter. That's like worse than E. coli to me.
Yeah, could be. Could very well be worse.
Okay, well, here's a good way to finish the track meet. A member of the armed forces named Erica Woods had been stationed in Alaska, and she recently, what'd she do wrong?
Well, one of two things. Either you want to go to Alaska because you really love the outdoors, or you're a screw-up and we're sending you to ADAC.
Yeah. And she recently pulled off a pretty cool surprise when she came home to Sacramento. Her 13-year-old daughter, Jada, had a track meet, and she was the anchor in the relay race. So Erica showed up at the finish line when her daughter was coming down the home stretch. Jada finished first and immediately gave her mom a big hug. She says seeing her there made her run even faster.
Are you nervous, chick?
More the cheese. Or being apart from my children and not being able to be there for their activities was really hard.
Coming down the home straight, I was excited because I was in first place and I saw my mom close to the finish line, so it made me start running faster. She was putting her hands up and clapping, and I was like, oh shoot, that's my mom. Now that my mom is back with me, we plan on training for track so I stay in shape and I could continue running as fast as I have and maybe run faster.
All right. Meanwhile, a kid with autism named Christian Larson recently invited a bunch of kids to his 9th birthday party, and only one of them said yes. So his mom's friend talked to the football coach at the local high school, and a bunch of players showed up then, chanting his name. Their coach said no one was made to do it. They wanted to.
Christian, 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 Christian.
They were like, Coach, we're in, we're going. You know, when do we do it? Let's go. And I was just like, I was amazed on how much they wanted to participate in this and take care of Christian.
Let's see here. That goes down as community service and a good deed all in the same day.
Yep.
Former supermodel Janice Dickerson. You go, who?
Yep.
That's one of the ones that Bill Cosby drugged.
Oh.
She announced at a press conference yesterday that she's reached a settlement with Bill's insurance company. She wouldn't disclose the amount, but described it as a, quote, epic figure. She claims Cosby drugged her and raped her at a Lake Tahoe hotel in 1982. She went public with her account in 2014. Here's what she had to say about yesterday's victory.
It's been over 4 years of being labeled a liar and shamed by Cosby, living beneath my potential and having my work dried up due to the lies he told about me. Truthfully, a settlement is a victory and certainly a measure of justice and helps me sleep better, but in reality, nothing can ever erase the experience and memories of an assault. Jail is where he belongs, but there aren't enough years left for him to pay for what he has done to so very many women.
Well, she got hers.
Yeah, she did. Apparently.
We got ours today.
Yeah.
It just lights the scent candle for the dog.
There we go. Yeah, I should have done that when I came in.
Yeah. Why did Mother Nature have to make gas smell so bad? I thought it was supposed to be odorless and colorless.
No, it's not.
That's LP, I guess. Stranger Things may take place in the heyday of VHS, but 12-year-old star, I hope I say this right, Farrah Ferguson, has never seen a videotape before.
I've heard of these, but I've never seen them before. Not in real life. It's one of those things you pull, you like, and then it plays music. Or it like, you like get to watch your favorite movie. I want to say a DVR, DVD. Okay, VHR, okay, cool. Right, now we have on demand, like Netflix, we have on demand. These take up like a lot of room.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they did.
It's like giving them a dial phone and say, dial your number.
Oh, yeah, the old
They
rotary.
can't figure it out.
Yeah, old rotary phone, yep.
Quentin Tarantino will feature some classic radio from KHJ in Los Angeles in his new movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like this 1966 promo from Batman and Robin's TV show. Listen to what the prizes were. A holy color console, Batman. Here we go.
This is Batman.
And Robin.
With exclusive news for KHJ listeners.
It's the Bat Phone Secret Number Contest presented by Boss Radio.
There's a terrific prize for the first KHJ listener to guess the secret number of our Bat Phone. There are 7 digits in the Bat Phone secret number. Listen to what you'll win if yours is the first correct answer received by KHJ.
You'll visit Batman and me at 20th Century Fox and be our guest for lunch at the studio.
Then you'll ride to the Bat Cave in the Batmobile, where Robin and I will present you with a 1966 console color television set. Keep it on KHJ for more clues in the Bat Phone Secret Number Contest.
Wow. Get to go to the studio and see the Batman and Robin.
Oh, yes. I got to win that. Late night, boys. Let's see here. Best of the late night jokes last night.
This is going viral, everybody. Someone tried to order a cake for a 2-year-old that said, "Happy Birthday, Lizard." But the bakery misheard them and sent them a cake that said, "Happy Birthday, Loser." This is real. Look at this. Meanwhile, at the White House, Trump was like, "Why does the cake I ordered for Don Jr. say lizard?"
According to a new CDC report, teen birth rates dropped last year, and no one is more disappointed in that than executives at MTV.
This is amazing. In North Dakota, a college student discovered a 65-million-year-old dinosaur skull. Even more impressive, it took his roommate only an hour to turn it into a bong.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And one thing I did wrong, I thought for sure I had loaded today's Zoom on zone into our, let's see, you got time, into our system, and I forgot to do it. Anyway, here is the correct Zoom alt zone for today.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt zone. There are very few things more discouraging than feeling bad, going to the doctor, and leaving without knowing exactly what caused you to feel bad. You can't really blame the doctor. They could probably figure it out, but can you imagine what it would cost you in tests? I had something about 15 years ago that was making me tired, beyond tired. It was horrible, and they did run tests, all kinds. We never really figured it out. I just got better. I want to tell you what happened to a lady named Monica Thompson, who was kind of going through the same thing out in Las Vegas. Maybe it'll help someone out here figure out what's wrong if you have similar symptoms. Miss Thompson's 46 years old. She was tired, having some problems with issues I won't mention. Just in general, she didn't feel right. And since I don't have a lot of time, I'll just cut it short. She went to the doctor, they ran tests. Next day, as luck would have it, she had a baby. So, as a public service, if you feel like you need to lean back while you're walking, or if you're craving certain foods, or if you feel like something kicking inside you, you might be a pregnant lady. All right, I know Mom's serious, being a mom, and I'm very happy to report his baby's beautiful. He's 9 months old now. The mom said that since he was such a complete surprise, snuck in, fooled everyone, they were going to name him John Barath. All right, I'm kidding about that part, but the rest is absolutely true. I hope you have a great weekend in the Zoom World Zone.
Okay. So my apologies for running the wrong Zoom alt zone, and I'll reload this so the 8 o'clock hour goes a little better. Too busy fighting Windows to think straightly. Think straight.
There you go, straightly. Yeah, is that a word?
Yeah, well, it is now. All right,
that goes
8
viral.
o'clock, here comes all your news.
We have made it to the end of the work week. We're looking forward to the weekend, and it will not be a scorcher like last weekend. No ridiculous highs, no ridiculous heat index values getting into the 100s. The humidity will be so low, it would be nice to be outside. Later today, it's mid to upper 80s, still pleasant humidity, and that carries on into our weekend. That means our weekend will be rain-free as well. Tonight's lows in the low to mid 60s. Tomorrow, it's still pleasant humidity. It's warm. Our highs in the mid to upper 80s. I'm Mike Mays in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Saying it's not a serious effort to enhance voting security, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is blocking a Democratic bill approved in the House authorizing hundreds of millions of dollars for election security.
Clearly something so partisan that it only received one single solitary Republican vote in the House is not going to travel through the Senate by unanimous consent.
And McConnell says the Trump administration has already made great strides in securing the voting infrastructure. 16 Marines arrested at California's Camp Pendleton, accused of crimes ranging from migrant smuggling to drug-related offenses. North Korea says this week's missile test, designed to send a message to Seoul.
The Pyongyang statement explained the testing was meant as what it called a solemn warning over rival South Korea's weapons development and plans to hold military drills with the US. South Korea's military later said that the flight data of the weapon launched Thursday showed similarities to the Russian-made Iskander, a short-range nuclear-capable missile.
Correspondent Charles De La Desma. President Trump talking about this week's soaking of some New York City police officers, water thrown on them by bucket-wielding people in Brooklyn and Harlem. Assigning blame, the president says that ultimately the buck stops with Mayor Bill de Blasio.
It's a bad mayor, probably the worst mayor in the history of New York City. He's done a bad job.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. There are very few things more discouraging than feeling bad, going to the doctor, and leaving without knowing exactly what caused you to feel bad. You can't really blame the doctor. They could probably figure it out, but can you imagine what it would cost you in tests? I had something about 15 years ago that was making me tired, beyond tired. It was horrible, and they did run tests, all kinds. We never really figured it out. I just got better. I want to tell you what happened to a lady named Monica Thompson, who was kind of going through the same thing out in Las Vegas. Maybe it'll help someone out here figure out what's wrong if you have similar symptoms. Miss Thompson's 46 years old. She was tired, having some problems with issues I won't mention. Just in general, she didn't feel right. And since I don't have a lot of time, I'll just cut it short. She went to the doctor, they ran tests. Next day, as luck would have it, she had a baby. So, as a public service, if you feel like you need to lean back while you're walking, or if you're craving certain foods, or if you feel like something kicking inside you, you might be a pregnant lady. All right, I know mom's serious, being a mom, and I'm very happy to report his baby's beautiful. He's 9 months old now. The mom said that since he was such a complete surprise, snuck in, fooled everyone, they were going to name him John Barath. All right, I'm kidding about that part, but the rest is absolutely true. I hope you have a great weekend in the Zumwalt Zone.
Scandal, the name used to describe defence barrister Nicola Gobbo until her identity was revealed. For up to 14 years she represented some of Melbourne's most notorious underworld figures, whilst in a breach of her duties also secretly passed information to the police. One of her clients, Farouk Orman, today had his murder conviction overturned after serving 12 years in jail. Appeals from other convicted criminals are expected to follow.
On his first full day in office, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson urged the European Union to rethink its refusal to renegotiate the Brexit deal. Johnson vowing to get the UK out of the EU by the end of October. Townhall.com. Cyberbullying continues to be an issue for young people, particularly girls.
There's a rise in cyberbullying nationwide, with 3 times as many girls reporting being harassed online or by text message than boys. This according to the latest survey by the National Center for Education Statistics, which is the research and data arm of the Education Department. The NCES survey says during the 2 years between the 2014 to 15 school year and the 2016 to 17 school year, cyberbullying jumped from 11.5% to 15.3%, with 21% of girls reporting it compared with less than 7% of boys. Matt Small, Washington.
The company behind a plan to bring hydropower from Canada to southern New England is abandoning the project after suffering a defeat in the New Hampshire Supreme Court. And again on Wall Street this hour, Dow futures are up 75 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
War Dog's Army Surplus Store in Southern Pines is Southern Pines' #1 surplus store. Serving the Fort Bragg area, we buy, sell, and trade military, tactical, outdoor clothing, and gear. We are your military surplus low-price leader and take pride in serving our local military members and community. Bring us your military gear because we pay more and sell for less than anyone in the area, guaranteed. At War Dogs, we make it our top priority to provide quality, high-end tactical gear at the lowest prices. Come in today and bring your used gear or check out our massive inventory, the largest in Southern Pines. We're open Monday through Friday, 10:30 until 5:30 and 11 to 4 on Saturday. We're located at 675 Southwest Broad Street in Southern Pines, right across the street from Beefeaters. Or give us a call at 910-920-7749. That's 920-7749. War Dogs.
Hi, this is Rich Wagner from Whispering Pines. I've been suffering with acute back and knee pain for many months, and after trying visits to the doctor, painkillers, and spinal injections with no relief, I went to see Dr. Wright at Wright Chiropractic in Seven Lakes. After the first visit, I noticed a lot of improvement, and I've continued to improve with each treatment. Thanks to Dr. Wright, I'm feeling much better than I have in a very long time. I was skeptical about chiropractic treatment at first, but it has truly given me my life back.
This is Dr. Wright. I can't guarantee I can fix every problem, but I will tell you honestly whether chiropractic can be of help for your particular issue. Living with pain is not always the only option. Doesn't it make sense to explore every avenue before resigning yourself to the limitations of pain? Call our office today to schedule a consultation and start living again. 673-2225.
Building a new home or thinking about changing your existing floors? Aberdeen Carpet can show you the latest flooring trends that will fit your budget and lifestyle. Flooring is what we do every day. Visit Aberdeen Carpet's large showroom and discount warehouse filled with an extensive inventory, ready for immediate pickup. We offer expert advice, competitive pricing, and a huge selection. Located on Highway 5 in Aberdeen near the Habitat for Humanity store. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 4. Call 944-6204 or go online to aberdeencarpet.com.
Jump into the fire at Brick's Wood Fire Pizza in the Cole Shopping Center and check out their new menu. In addition to the great selection of wood-fired pizzas, Brick's Wood Fire Pizza has wood-fired wings in 3 flavors, delicious soups, pastas, salads, and sandwiches, all made fresh daily. Your choice of craft beers on tap or favorite wine. Brick's Wood Fire Pizza is a community partner supporting our schools in the arts and sports and other nonprofits. Jump into the fire at Brick's Wood Fire Pizza, Cole Shopping Center, Southern Pines. Open every day at 11 a.m.
You can jump into the fire.
NCN News. I'm Mike Riley. A new bipartisan report from the Senate Intelligence Committee says Russia targeted election systems in all 50 states in 2016. The report issued stark warnings about the 2020 election. CBS News correspondent Nancy Cordes is on Capitol Hill.
Senate Democrats did try to push through more funding for election security, but the GOP leader, Mitch McConnell, blocked that bill. He called it a partisan effort and said that the Trump administration has already done a lot to boost election security.
A man wanted in the killing of a Monroe mother of 5 has been arrested this morning. A manhunt got underway for 25-year-old Byron Watkins on Thursday as a SWAT situation unfolded in Union County. Nearly a month after Governor Roy Cooper vetoed the $24 billion state budget passed by the General Assembly, legislative leaders toured a local school in need of funding. On Thursday, leaders looked at Rosewood Middle School in Goldsboro to see firsthand how the state budget could be utilized. State House Speaker Tim Moore.
The Democrats want to be good supporters of their governor, and I see that. And of course, the Republican legislators want to stand with the leadership of the General Assembly.
Amid investigations into 2 Marines arrested earlier this month for allegedly smuggling migrants into the U.S., 16 were arrested yesterday at Camp Pendleton in California. Retired Army Major Mike Lyons.
The difference between them being Marines versus a civilian is the penalties for their crimes will likely be worse. The UCMJ has much stricter penalties for something like this, and that is the level of responsibility that they have because they are in the military.
McDowell County authorities are investigating a death in the Montford Cove community. You're listening to NCN News.
Like home, it has a certain magic all its own, and memories are made there every day. A lifetime of good times shared along the way. Have yourself a Bluebell Country Day.
Our Cookie Two-Step Ice Cream is a creamy vanilla ice cream with hints of brown sugar, chunks of chocolate cream-filled cookies, and tasty chocolate chip cookie dough pieces. Cookie Two-Step has everybody's taste buds two-stepping, and 1 and 2.
A lifetime of good times shared along the way. Have yourself a Bluebell Country Day.
A terrifying break-in caught on camera in Fayetteville. Video surveillance shows 4 suspects forcing a man into his home during a robbery.
Hey, open the door, babe. Hurry up. Hey, open the door.
Russia has been the major culprit in trying to interfere in U.S. elections, but there's apparently a new threat.
I'm Gary Nunn. Iran also is at the top of the list of foreign countries with strong, active disinformation operations, and not all necessarily share Russia's proclivity for President Trump and other Republicans. Political analyst Larry Sabato says
China is an obvious possibility.
The Senate Intelligence Committee concludes that elections systems in every state were targeted by Russia in 2016, efforts more sweeping than previously acknowledged. Vice Chair Mark Warner suggests
if a foreign government intervenes, we immediately slap sanctions on.
There's a short list of countries hosting online influence operations. Gary Nunn, CBS News.
Authorities are investigating a deadly fire reported in Duplin County. The fatal victim was identified as a 61-year-old woman. The heat wave in Europe is starting to break today. At least 9 European countries have experienced record temperatures this summer. Europe is now on track to be the hottest July ever recorded there.
Scientists call it the urban heat island. Buildings and roads absorbing the heat during the day, then releasing it at night like a radiator. A new challenge for old Europe.
How will that affect cities going forward, like Paris?
The more urbanized and the more concrete you have over a large area, the more this urban heat island effect makes temperatures rise.
To ease the heat, experts say cities need to be redesigned with nature in mind. Things like more trees and less concrete.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Good Friday morning, everyone. We've made it to Friday. The weekend is here, and the weekend looks great. It feels great as well. Later today, it's partly cloudy, still pleasant humidity with a high in the mid to upper 80s. Now, tonight is mostly clear with the morning low Saturday in the low to mid 60s. Tomorrow is partly cloudy. It's warm, still pleasant humidity. In fact, that pleasant humidity lasts through the entire weekend. Highs tomorrow in the mid to upper 80s. We'll look for some 90s to return Sunday. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, sunny and 67 degrees, humidity 91%, dew point 64, pressure 30.27, winds calm, visibility 10 statute miles. It's 8:13. Let's take a look at Sand Hills news for this Friday morning. Construction has begun on a new 14,000 square foot retail center in Tyler Ridge Development on NC 22 near the airport. The corner of Moore County, in that area in particular, has received a lot of interest from developers and home buyers in the last few years, prompting both private and public investment of services in the area. The Shops at Tyler Ridge is designed with several retail professional office spaces and 2 potential restaurant spaces. Initial construction at Tyler Ridge began in 2011 following a contentious public hearing process. The 46-acre mixed-use site includes an apartment complex on its southern side and a hardware store on the other end. And Southern Pines police have made an arrest in the shooting that occurred July 17th at Creston Commons apartment in Southern Pines behind Dairy Queen. Trez Allah Sean Farmer, 20 of Southern Pines, was arrested Wednesday, charged with assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, inflicting serious injury. The suspect was taken into custody in Fayetteville with the assistance of the Fayetteville police and the SBI. Police advised that this was not a random act of violence. The victim and shooter knew each other. The victim has not yet been identified. At the time of the shooting, the male victim was transported to First Health 4 Regional with no update on his condition available. The suspect is being held in the Moore County Detention Center under a $200,000 secured bond. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. It is 8:16.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. When Masahiro Tanaka took the mound for the Yankees last night, New York had the best record in baseball with 66 wins. They did not get 67 last night in Boston. The Sox got 19 runs off Tanaka. Bo Sox shortstop Xander Bogaerts started the streak early in the first with a homer that sailed right out of Fenway.
High deep drive. Whoa! Watch that one carry totally out of Fenway. Goodness gracious. You said it, Jerry. Look middle in, and he got it.
The Sox soundly beating the Yankees 19-3. That's the most Boston has ever scored against the Bronx rivals. New York, meanwhile, they still lead the AL East by 9.5 games over Tampa Bay and now 10 games in front of Boston. Steve Wilkerson pitched the 16th inning over the Los Angeles Angels last night in the Orioles game that ended, well, this morning. The game going 16 innings, Wilkerson becoming the first position player in Major League history to earn a save in Baltimore's longest game of the season by time and innings. How is his shoulder? Can Cam throw downfield? Would he even be allowed to try? Those were the questions as the Panthers opened training camp yesterday in Spartanburg, where Cam Newton was participating in team drills for the first time since arthroscopic surgery in January to repair his right throwing shoulder. Try he did. Cam Newton let it fly and answered all the questions. He hit Curtis Samuel with a deep strike, the ball traveling about 40 yards through the air. Samuel breaking free to take it for a touchdown. Newton later launched a deep pass to tight end Chris Mannertz, who battled safety Eric Reed for possession of the ball. Newton was relegated mostly to short passes in the first half of the workout. Coaches say he did practice with no limitations. This is NCN Sports.
You're no stranger to hard work. If you were, you wouldn't be here. But is here really where you want to be? Whether you're done just making ends meet, ready to start a new career, or want to go farther in the one you have, North Carolina community colleges are ready for you. They have the courses, real-world learning opportunities, and partnerships with local businesses to get you the education you need and the career you want. Stop settling. Choose a higher education focused on getting you hired. North Carolina community colleges, your higher education.
Sometimes in life, it doesn't get any better than a trip to Smithfield's.
Okay, here's a don't get any better. Smithfield's pork shoulder slow cooked fresh every day.
Here's better. Barbecue sandwich combo with fries and coleslaw.
Here's better. Barbecue platter.
Here's better. Combo platter with barbecue and that juicy southern fried chicken.
Here's better. The choices you love made fresh daily.
Break away from the everyday to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
Andrew Luck was limited to individual drills as the Colts opened training camp yesterday. Coach Frank Reich says Luck is expected to work 7-on-7 drills today. The quarterback's strained left calf will be reevaluated after each practice. The Jets and first-round pick Quinnen Williams have agreed to terms on a 4-year contract worth $32.5 million, fully guaranteed. The former Alabama defensive tackle was the number 3 overall selection in the NFL draft in April. The Buffalo Bills have activated Frank Gore for the first time to start training camp. They did not say what kind of injury led them to place the 36-year-old on the non-football injury list earlier this week. The Bills, who we call the Carolina Panthers North because of so many Carolina expats in Buffalo now, they'll be practicing with the Panthers next month at Wofford before their preseason opener. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Are you a do-it-yourselfer, home builder, or remodeler? If so, bring in the best deal you're getting in Moore County for your flooring, and Hardwood Liquidators will match it and beat it. Right now, we have over 130,000 square feet in our warehouse stacked with solid engineered, laminate, and waterproof luxury vinyl plank. Like the farmhouse look, our farmhouse bandsawn French oak solid flooring starts at $449 a square foot. Financing is available with approved credit. We're at 707 South Pinehurst off Highway 1, right across the street from McNeil Oil, or call us at 910-757-0478. Hardwood Liquidators. More floor, less money.
Hi, this is Chef Karen at Philly & Colts. Nothing is better than a delicious, piping hot pizza with lots of gooey, melty cheese, pepperoni, fresh veggies, spicy sauce on a crunchy, chewy, homemade crust. Ah, I made your mouth water, didn't I? Join us every Tuesday this summer, and we'll bake them just how you like them. We'll even have a gluten-free crust. And the only thing better than pizza? Tuesday is half-price house wine. Now that's a great combination. Philly & Colts at Little River, 692-4411.
Opioid addiction is a crisis in Moore and surrounding counties, but there is a local doctor, Francis Corrigan of Solace Health, helping patients in recovery.
At Solace Health, we have had a great deal of success with opioid addiction treatment using medications such as Suboxone on an outpatient basis. Treatment is low cost as we accept all insurance, including North Carolina Medicaid. The treatment occurs in a very pleasant and private outpatient office setting where patients are treated with compassion and dignity. If you or your loved one needs help with opioid addiction or other drug or alcohol problems, please call us to speak to one of our nurses about our treatment program. We also have extensive experience in transitioning patients from methadone programs to Suboxone outpatient treatment.
Solace Health is located at 285 Olmsted Boulevard in Pinehurst. Call 910-295-7246. All calls are confidential. 910-295-7246 or visit recovermore.com. MOORE. Hi, this is Al Mangum. My wife's SUV was going to the body shop for a week and I needed a rental car. I went to Rent-A-Wreck on US 1 in Aberdeen and found their vehicles in good shape or better than other rentals. Rent-A-Wreck is known for lower rates and has great customer reviews on Facebook. When I need a rental, I'm going to Rent-A-Wreck on US 1 in Aberdeen. And don't let that name fool you. Drive in or call 910-944-9444. 944-9444.
Do you have chronic pain issues but hate the thought of addictive opioids or harmful over-the-counter drugs like Tylenol or ibuprofen? Well, by now you've probably heard about cannabidiol oil, or CBD for short, derived from industrial hemp plants and grown right here in North Carolina. Hemp-extracted CBD oil has been shown to have little to no side effects, but help with issues such as chronic pain and inflammation, anxiety, depression, sleep regulation, and more. It's healing without the high, and you don't have to pay an arm and a leg to benefit from it. Stop in at Flowland in Aberdeen to discuss how CBD oil can help benefit you. Flowland offers high-quality products at the lowest prices on the market. Flowland, serving Moore County for almost 2 decades. Located on US 1 next to Allstate Glass in Aberdeen. Call 910-757-0244 for more information.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. There are very few things more discouraging than feeling bad, going to the doctor, and leaving without knowing exactly what caused you to feel bad. You can't really blame the doctor. They could probably figure it out, but can you imagine what it would cost you in tests? I had something about 15 years ago that was making me tired, beyond tired. It was horrible, and they did run tests, all kinds. We never really figured it out. I just got better. I want to tell you what happened to a lady named Monica Thompson, who was kind of going through the same thing out in Las Vegas. Maybe it'll help someone out here figure out what's wrong if you have similar symptoms. Ms. Thompson's 46 years old. She was tired, having some problems with issues I won't mention. Just in general, she didn't feel right. And since I don't have a lot of time, I'll just cut it short. She went to the doctor, they ran tests. Next day, as luck would have it, she had a baby. So, as a public service, if you feel like you need to lean back while you're walking, or if you're craving certain foods, or if you feel like something kicking inside you, you might be a pregnant lady. All right, I know Mom's serious, being a mom, and I'm very happy to report his baby's beautiful. He's 9 months old now. The mom said that since he was such a complete surprise, snuck in, fooled everyone, they were going to name him John Barath. All right, I'm kidding about that part, but the rest is absolutely true. I hope you have a great weekend in the Zoom-on zone.
We have made it to the end of the work week. We're looking forward to the weekend, and it will not be a scorcher like last weekend. No ridiculous highs, no ridiculous heat index values getting into the 100s. The humidity will be so low, it would be nice to be outside. Later today, it's mid to upper 80s, still pleasant humidity, and that carries on into our weekend. That means our weekend will be rain-free as well. Tonight's lows in the low to mid 60s. Tomorrow, it's still pleasant humidity. It's warm. Our highs in the mid to upper 80s. I'm Mike Mays in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the Leader Man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Today's show is sponsored by Flashback Friday. Thank you, Friday. Can I tell you how unbelievably grateful I am that there weren't cell phones, iPads, or digital cameras when we had to square dance during PE back in grade school? Yeah.
Friday is finally here. It's finally happening.
It's finally happening.
What?
What's happening?
Friday show.
And then suddenly it's weekend.
Okay.
Well, let's get busy.
Let's get busy.
You've heard the expression, let's get busy.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
I'm sorry, that was way too dramatic.
Let's not talk. Let's get busy.
Start the show.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Unfortunate Aberdeen. Nice day out there. Time to pick up the yard, cut some grass, maybe play a little golf this afternoon.
Yeah, while the dew points are down, take advantage of it. Don't forget, of course, this program being seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is the link. If you're on your mobile device, YouTube will do the work for you. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man in the search. If you're on a mobile device just needing audio, we suggest many streaming services such as TuneIn, iTunes, Streama, just to name a couple or three. Put WEEB into the search, and we should appear at the top of your results list. And if you just can't find it there, you can always find it on our website at talk973.com. Top upper right-hand corner of every page has an icon that says On the Air, Listen Live. Click it once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills, at least through till Wednesday. These dew points are going to stay in check and make things halfway pleasant out there, at least for this time of year. Although we're on track to have this being the hottest July on record. But that aside, temperature's going to hover around 90 degrees every day, nighttime lows, and to mid to upper 60s. And so that's going to be your forecast day after day after day, with dew points in the mid to lower 60s. When we get to next Wednesday and Thursday, humidity is going to go up for a couple of days to 72 on Wednesday, the dew point, and Thursday it'll drop back down to 70. And Friday of next week, it'll drop back down into the 60s. That's as the European model says now. A lot of things can happen between now and then. Right now around the Sandhills, winds of calm, visibility 10 statute miles. Pressure is 3027, dew point 64. Humidity at 91%. It's sunny, 67 degrees. Currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:28, 28 past the hour on this.
And who's our sponsor this half hour?
Of course, it's this morning show is brought to you by Weichert Realtors, Town and Country. Whether you're ready to buy or sell now, or even a year from now, call the experts at Weichert Realtors to get the service you deserve when buying or selling your home. Weichert Realtors, Town and Country, 910-235-3685. That's 235-3685. Okay, let's see. We're going to move on to lifestyles this morning. First.
Of the rich and famous?
No.
No.
This is July, and it's on track to be Earth's hottest month ever. I mean, they're experiencing temperatures over in France of 108.
They can have them.
Yeah, and some places have been as high as 117.
Well, if you're sitting in the Notre Dame Cathedral, they're even hotter, probably.
I don't know. That thing's full of masonry, which will absorb the heat for a while. But
well, unless it's on fire.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Anyway, with that in mind, here are the 5 things you need to know about dehydration during hot summer months. There's more to it than just thirst. Besides thirst, dehydration's other common symptoms are dry skin, headaches, muscle cramps, and dark urine. And it might not happen right away, even after spending time outside on a hot day. Dehydration can happen hours or days later. So if you know you're going to be out in the heat or doing some strenuous activities, hydrate on the days before and after. And it doesn't need to be outside. The summer heat is a big reason people become dehydrated, but the weather conditions like humidity also play a big role, which we emphasize a lot here.
Yes, you gotta drink constantly and consistently.
When it's muggy outside, you might sweat more, but even if temperatures aren't that high. There's no magic number on the amount of water to drink. The general rule is 8 ounce glass per day. 8 8-ounce glasses per day.
Yes. Yeah.
But everyone's different, so some people might need more or less. Factors like your weight, your activity, how active you are, and how much coffee or alcohol you drink also play a role. And it takes more than just water to stay hydrated. Water is great, but it's not all that your body needs. You need a mix of water and electrolytes to stay hydrated, which you can get from sports drinks, coconut water, dairy, or salt in your food.
Yeah, pinch of salt.
What do the troops do out when it's out arid and hot?
Well, yeah, that's the hard part is, finding a water source that's clean that you can drink and, trying to stay hydrated. And that's frequently taking a couple ounces of water. If you find that you've stopped sweating or, any of those other symptoms you've talked about, and then you sit there and try to down a gallon of water, it's, you're not doing yourself any good. It's too late. You gotta, if you know you're going to go out, you're going to play golf. Maybe you're one of those Monday, Wednesday, Friday types. Well, Sunday, you just want to consistently have some water. When you get up for your game or whenever you're going to play, you want to have a glass of water. You want to take some water with you. You don't want to stop at the booze cart at the turn and down, 3 or 4 beers like some people are wont to do, because the alcohol is not going to help you.
Yeah, it's nothing like that. Every time I went and did a ball game in the heat, which was 90% of them, I'd have to go and dehydrate myself to a bit before I got there, so that I could make it through the game without having to go to the bathroom.
Right. If you, see, that's what I'm saying. If you get there and then all of a sudden, I'm getting a little thirsty and been sweating a lot, and you haven't been consistently trying to stay hydrated, by the time you sit there and try to drink that 32-ounce thing of water you got sitting next to you, that's exactly what's going to make you go do, is get up and use the bathroom.
Yeah. But anyway, I make it through the game, and then I start hydrating like crazy.
Yeah.
And still, a lot of times, middle of the night, early in the next morning, that calf muscle would Charlie horse on you and try to rip itself all out of your leg from being dehydrated. And you're sitting there trying to push back against that thing to straighten it back out.
Right.
And it's excruciating. It is excruciating.
By the time, when you're at that point, sitting there drinking water, it's too late. You've already caused the problem, and you need to consistently do it before you're going to go out and do those strenuous activities outside. It's one thing if you're sitting around the house, you're on the computer, you're reading or whatever, and you can sip some water. But again, if you're consistently outside, you like to spend your time outside, or you work outside. There's plenty of people out here that are working outside. You got to plan on that and hydrate well in advance. The day before, you should start hydrating.
Well, it's
at a minimum.
Kill on your body, and that's
if you're a professional athlete and stuff like that, you've constantly got to do that. You'll see it during the football season, or right here early on in preseason, some of the early games when it's really hot. You'll have people fall down. They've got cramps. They're going in to get a bag of saline solution intravenously, and there are certain people that don't like to. Well, who was it? Odell Beckham. He would constantly have cramps, and he'd go in and have to get an intravenous bag of saline solution. Well, I don't like water. Well, you're a knucklehead. You're a professional athlete, and you're not going to stay hydrated. Well, I don't know what to tell him.
I was going to say, if he was a professional athlete, how did he survive without drinking water?
I don't know because you'll see it because you're just not in tune with it here early in the season yet, and it gets hot, and you're going out there, and you'll see quite a few of them will fold over with cramps.
Well, the Colonel sees me drink water every day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We've already gone through, 36 ounces about.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. We're on number 2. And we've only been on an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. There you go. All right, rim shot time this morning. Justin Bieber tweeted that he has some good music coming. I'm sure he's at least half right, but then he tweeted, I just learned a new word, oxymoron. Mick Jagger turned 76. He celebrated it with stones and other stuff collected in his kidneys. Lori Loughlin will be 55 on Sunday. This year, she doesn't want gifts, just money for prison commissary.
Yep.
Her family wanted to take her to the nicest L.A. Restaurant there was, but they don't take bribes. Where'd he go? All right. The Bachelor host, Chris Harrison, turns 48 today. He's facilitated the exchange of so many STDs that penicillin has listed him as an employee. CBS is addressing fan complaints of racism involving the cast of Big Brother. That makes me sad. I mean, Big Brother's still on the air and all. What a stupid show. According to a new poll, when that thing first came on, CBS, you know what Big Brother is, right?
I've heard of it. I've never watched
It's
it.
a house that these nut jobs stay in, and
right. Yeah,
once a week one gets evicted out, and you want to be the last one.
Right, kind of like the island.
Yeah, kind of like Survivor.
Survivor,
Yeah.
That's it. I haven't never watched that one either.
But when they first started it, CBS, you could buy a subscription and see. Actually, you could see the cameras at night when these guys were sleeping and what they were doing. And the whole idea was to allude you to think that maybe they're having sex.
Yeah.
Now, if you subscribe, you could see that.
Right.
Yeah.
And there they are.
Like a network TV's going to put that on the air.
Catching flies, that's right.
According to a new poll, that what women look for most in a man is intelligence and kindness. In other words, the intelligence to make a ton of money and the kindness to spend it on them.
No comment.
3 asteroids buzzed Earth this week. None collided with our planet, but one did graze Colin Kaepernick's hairdos. His afro.
Yeah, too bad it didn't. Yeah,
Didn't fall on his head. Someone stole $17,000 in oysters from a Florida seafood company. And trust me, they'll be shell to pay. The owner of the company can't wait to get his hands on the mother shucker. A new study finds that cats are getting fatter. It also found that cats hates Monday. So it's official. Garfield is the trendsetter. I'm not saying that Robert Mueller is lifeless during his testimony in front of Congress, but he's just been cast as an extra on The Walking Dead.
Yeah. That was really surprising. As you know, he supposedly is running this thing. I don't know.
But didn't know what Fusion GPS was.
Well, didn't know who appointed him to his. Yeah, if he's that bad, if that was no act, then that guy should just be retired to a nursing home somewhere.
Sounded like he just enjoyed being a figurehead.
Yeah, he shouldn't even be driving a car.
No.
I'm sorry, but he's lost it. And I guess
he always sits there with his jaw dropped, and it's like, what?
Yeah, exactly. And again, if that was no act, then that explains why you had to have an assistant come in there, because he clearly had no idea what was going on.
The assistant got sworn in but said nothing.
I suspect that he didn't even read his whole report.
Let's see here. Every now and then there's a glorious moment when everyone, Republicans, Democrats, and Independents, all agree on one thing. And today we have a new one. No one wants politics on ESPN.
Yeah, there you go.
They had an announcer earlier this week. I was reading in another news source that during one of his sports program, he worked on ESPN radio, and he decided to get political. And 3 guesses which way he went, too.
Oh, they all do, yeah.
But anyway, ESPN has a strict policy that no political on the air, period. You talk sports and sports only. Well, he got called to the carpet, and they took him off the air for doing it. Whether he ever comes back, I don't know. But
well, they kind of pick and choose which ones. Their lesser celebrities get hammered with stuff, but some of their top liners or headliner people, they sit there and spout some stuff, just makes your head spin, and they never have any problem.
According to new polling, 85% of avid sports fans do not want politics on ESPN.
No.
And 74% want zero politics on any of their platforms, including websites and radio.
Exactly.
Yeah. Everyone agrees on this. 84% of Republicans, 69% of Democrats want everyone on ESPN to stick to sports.
Well, and throughout sports in general. That's why this thing with Colin Kaepernick was such a huge issue.
Yeah.
I want to watch a football game. I don't want to watch that clown.
Don't want to see a political statement.
And if that guy, hey, the game's over. If he wants to go out and do whatever he wants, whatever his favorite charity is, or go do it. That's fine. I've got no problem with it. I don't want to sit there and watch it during the football game. I want to watch a football game or the NBA. The NBA did away with all that stuff. They don't have that much problem, and I know plenty of those players have, charities or interests that I would want nothing to do with. But you don't see them during the game. Baseball, same way. Very, very rarely. They all have charities.
They're too busy spitting to protest, man.
But I don't care if they want to. He can go protest. I don't want to see it at my football game. And that's my football game. I'm paying for it, whether I'm sitting there watching it and paying, my cable bill or whatever. That's my football game. I'm the fan.
Well, I think ESPN would do themselves a favor and not allow them the airtime.
Well,
when he's wearing weird socks, don't zoom in on him. Well, when he wants to take a knee, don't even recognize him.
Well, that's my point. But they continue. You're right. The broadcast networks kind of push some of that stuff. But
they work their politics in that way.
It was only the football. It was only with this clown Kaepernick where that seemed to happen. I don't see it in baseball. I don't see it in hockey or football or And now
there were players that were. Not recognizing the Star Spangled Banner because I remember watching the Bills game.
Yes.
And one of their defensive ends was sitting there doing stretch calisthenics during the national anthem.
Yeah.
And the cameras were all zoomed in on him watching him.
Well, and that's why I turned off football here a while back, and I don't, and now they're allowing this women's soccer team to do the same kind of thing and making a point, which is boom. That's why I
quit giving it airtime.
I've made a couple comments on here recently. About, hey, I'd rather watch women's soccer. It's more interesting, than the men's. Done. I don't watch it. Not after that did what she did. And I'm not going to mention her name. Done. I never turn it on again.
Well, I never turned it on in the first place.
Well, I mean, if it's a choice between,
I'll turn it on.
If it's a choice between some kind of athletic endeavor or Big Brother, I'm watching the athletic endeavor.
You can watch the start of the soccer game and go to sleep for 2 hours and wake back up. Oh, it's the same score. Didn't miss anything.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. The women's soccer seemed to be much more active and interesting than the men's. But, that's just a particular sport. I don't care if it's boxing or wrestling or something like that. I'd rather watch that than Big Brother. What's the other Survivor? Some of these other reality
What was it
shows.
2 years ago? The girl was snatching off her sports top.
Well, yeah, but she had
and she was down to her sports bra then.
Yeah, which
you didn't see anything, but it was just.
Well, that's fine, but that's just a demonstration of euphoria after having won the game. That wasn't that.
I'm saying that was more exciting than the whole soccer game.
Well, okay, but that's better than this individual here who throws the flag on the ground, and I just have no use for her.
Well, according to a new polling data, 85% of avid sports fans do not want politics on ESPN. 74% want zero politics on any of the other platforms. We just said that. Yeah. Everyone agrees on this. One anonymous commentator said, quote, "There are so many places where I get news about politics. I don't need it on ESPN."
Well, that's why their ratings are
when you introduce that element to broad politics, it runs having a.
So I don't even want to dignify him with his name mentioned.
Oh, come on. All right, 8:47. Some things we need to know so we do not. Well, let's see. I know, but okay, Snarly. Okay. Talk me into it. He wants to go get him. Let's go get him.
You, my pretty, and your little dog too.
What we've got here is failure to mutate.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Jeff always says I play this music too loud.
Well, while you're talking, because I can't. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Can you hear the music?
Yes.
All right, perfect balance right there. All right, let's get up off the floor, head across the floor in the style of the Duke John Wayne, open up our closet doors, and look and see all 30 of our safes. We're going to go to safe number 15 today, right next to 14 we went to yesterday. And open that bad boy up and let Jeff reach in and grab our weapon of choice today.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll go with the classic, the old Colt Peacemaker in 45 with a leather holster.
The lighter gun.
Yep, there you go.
All right. We'll still got the wax on the end. We'll throw that into our holster, pin on our badge, grab 5 cans of whoop ass as we now head out the door in relentless pursuit of stupid criminal news. All right, stupid criminal news number 1 this morning. These guys literally picked the worst day in history for this to happen. 2 drug dealers smuggled a bunch of cocaine into Belgium on Wednesday inside a metal shipping container, but they got stuck inside the container. And Wednesday just so happened to be the hottest day in Belgium's history. Wouldn't you know? Thank you, Mr. Random EBS test.
Yeah, it's a drug test.
That's put out random by the computer, so I have no control on that one. But required by our FCC.
There you go.
All right, so guys are stuck in the container. It's the hottest day in Belgium history. By the time it hit 104 degrees outside, the guys realized, hey, Bill, we're in trouble. Especially since it was probably significantly hotter than that outside in a metal container. So they called the police to come rescue them. It took the police 2 hours to find them inside the shipping container in the port. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And they say the guys were so hot in the container they were actually happy to be arrested.
Oh, yeah, they were well on their way to being dead.
Oh, please take me to your air-conditioned jail.
Yeah.
Stupid criminal news number 2. Guy can do a lot of miraculous things. Picking up the tab for a hot dog isn't one of them. There's a 30-year-old woman named Delilah Hernandez from La Cruz, New Mexico. And on Monday, she went to a Sonic and ordered some food. She got her food, and when it came time to pay, she said, quote, "This is one of God. This one's on God," and took off.
Okay.
The employee called the police, and they found Delilah eating the meal at a park nearby. She told them that she knew it was wrong to dine and dash, but she was, quote, starving. She was arrested and charged with robbery. Now she gets her 3 meals a day, courtesy of the taxpayer. Now here's something you might not want back if it got stolen. A woman in southeast Indiana named Joan Childers had a meeting with her probation officer on Monday, and she showed up for it wearing a set of stolen dentures. Her probation officer could tell that they certainly weren't hers. Apparently they didn't fit right or something, since each denture is made for each mouth.
Right, yeah.
Then after Joan left, the officer talked to a cop who had gotten a call about a set of dentures that went missing. And the owner was the woman who knew Joanne. So, because she told the cops that she knew who took them. Police showed up at Joanne's house on Wednesday and found the dentures sitting out in plain view. And they had the owner's name written on them, by the way.
Yes, yep, they do.
Joanne's now facing theft charges. And that, my friends, is your stupid criminal news for this Friday. All right, it is 8:53, 53 past the hour. Now, things we need to know so we do not sound stupid today. Accused pedophile and wealthy Manhattan financier Jeffrey Epstein was found injured in a fetal position inside a cell at a New York City jail. Two sources said that Epstein may have tried to hang himself, while a third source cautioned that the injuries were not serious and questioned if Epstein might be using it as a way to get a transfer.
Right. Or somebody might have tried to off him, too. So,
all of the 32 franchises will have to report to training camp by today. A new study claims that cats are getting fatter. Cats continue gaining weight while into adulthood, and the average weight of a neutered adult domestic cat has increased over the past 20 years.
Well, how fat do cats get? I don't know. I guess, they need to let them loose and catch some birds or something.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Colt, once again for sweetening the air for us here. So my eyes get unrolled from their head. Game of Thrones are still grumbling about the final episode, but the head of HBO says there's not going to be any redo. Tesla stock took a slip after reporting larger than expected losses in the second quarter. They lost $408 million, even though they enjoyed record sales. Maybe they have the price of the car too low. Nearly 80,000 tons of mobile phones and small electronic devices around Japan are being used to make every gold, silver, and bronze Olympic and Paralympic medal awards to athletes at next year's games. They expect to be roughly 5,000 medals given out between the two games, according to Tokyo 2020. More extreme heat for Europe this week. In fact, Paris broke its all-time record of 104.7 degrees by hitting 108 yesterday. Records could also fall in Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg.
Yeah, well, let's consider also that they've only been taking that temperature and keeping the records here for what, about 150, not even, I mean officially and accurately. So these are by no means the records.
Zion Williamson has signed a record shoe deal for a rookie with Nike. Can you say cha-ching? Survey pinpoints the exact minute Americans crave a snack. It is at 2:37 p.m.
Okay.
An American Airlines flight attendant in Dallas was bitten by an emotional support dog.
Yeah.
One's got to spoil it for everyone.
Right.
NASA says the Earth's rotation is slowing down. We already knew that. David Hedison, star of The Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
He died at 92.
Yes, David Henson.
That was a show that everything was in a submarine.
And Richard Basehart.
Yeah. And they acted like they were like in Star Trek land.
It was a better movie.
Except it was in the ocean.
Yeah. Well, it was in a better movie. Walter Pidgeon was the captain in that one.
A Swedish prosecutor has charged rapper Rocky with assault over a fight in Stockholm last month. They say that Jennifer Aniston and Sandra Bullock got to spend time with each other at Gwyneth Paltrow's dinner party several years ago, and they've been best buddies since. And CNN is trying to get $300,000 for a 30-second commercial at next week's Democratic debates. Who knew? All that boredom can be sold.
Oh, they'll be buying it. Believe me, it'll sell out.
All right, so it goes for this Friday and this week. Have yourself a great, safe weekend. We'll see you bright and early Monday for a Monday from 7 until 9. Until then, be so sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airways because they are the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. Your money will stay here, roll over, create jobs, and about 68% of that money will stay here in Moore County, and we all benefit from that. Don't forget, millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. So live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the Dog will all see you this afternoon at the dog park.